Good morning, students. Today we are going to estimate a serum albumin by BCG method, that is bromocresol green method. Uh, Other methods also there for the estimation of a serum albumin. It's a BCG method is a prior method. And before going to the experiment, we'll know about the albumin. Albumin is a carbohydrate-free protein where 55% to 65 it consists of albumin in a total protein, and also it helps in the transportation of various substances like free fatty acids, bilirubin, calcium and etc. And also it helps in the colloidal osmotic pressure, maintaining colloidal osmotic pressure. Next we'll see the aim of this experiment. Aim of this experiment will be estimation of a serum albumin by BCG method, as we know, and the determination of a AG ratio. It will be helpful in the diagnosis, prognosis and treatment of the various renal diseases and also various diseases like nephrotic syndrome, acute glomerulonephritis, multiple myeloma and cirrhosis of the liver and hepatitis, etc. So next we will see the principle of this experiment. The principle of this experiment includes when the BCG, that is bromocresol dye, it's a triphenyl methane dye which binds to the albumin which is present in the serum. It forms a green color. So the yellow coloration of a BCG turns to the green color. It represents the presence of serum. So the color intensity will be measured by the colorimeter at 620 nanometer. So here we'll come to the reagents required next. So these are the reagents required for the experiment, as we need to add a distilled water for the blank. So here is a distilled water, and next is a serum. So albumin will be present in the serum. So to determine the albumin, we are going to use serum, and the dye, that is bromocresol reagent, and also this is the colorimeter to detect the OD of the solution. So coming to the procedure, we need to have 3 test tubes as blank, standard and test. So here we are not going to do the standard, only blank and test we are going to perform here. As first for the blank we need to add 0.2 ml or 200 microliter of a distilled water for the blank test tube and 2.5 ml of a bromocresol green reagent. And for the test tube we need to add 2.5 ml of a bromocresol reagent and also 0.2 ml of a serum. So first we'll see, we need to take 2 test tubes named blank and test. So this is the 1 ml pipette. In this we need to pipette it out 0.2 ml of a distilled water. So slowly we need to leave till it comes to the point A, that is 0.2. So this is how we are pipetting out distilled water. So next we'll add the reagent. This is a 5 ml pipette. We need to pipette it out 2.5 ml. So here in this point. So this is how we are taking reagent. So we need to add for the blank. Just will mix it out and keep for the incubation. Next we are going to perform for test. So for test we need to add 0.2 ml of a serum. So this is also a 1 ml pipette. This is 0.2 ml. Now we are adding bromocresol reagent. So 2.5 ml of a reagent is added to the test. So we need to shake and keep it for the 10 minutes incubation time. So now we have kept for the incubation. Till that over, we'll come to the clinical significance. We'll discuss about the clinical significance. So what is the normal range of albumin in the total protein? It will be 3.5 to 5 gram per dl. So the below the normal range will be the condition called hypoalbuminemia, and above the range of a normal range will be hyperalbuminemia. So these are the two conditions comes under the clinical significance of albumin. So in hypoalbuminemia, in condition of hypoalbuminemia, there will be a causes for this as nephrotic syndrome, where the loss of protein in urine will be more, and also in burns, in condition of burns, there will be a loss of protein in the urine. And next will be impaired digestion and absorption of proteins, which leads to the hypoalbuminemia, and also the protein malnutrition. There also the content of or synthesis of albumin will be less, as we are taking the low intake of protein to the body. And also it includes cirrhosis of liver and hepatitis, as the synthesis of albumin will be less. So it's a major cause for the hypoalbuminemia. So next we'll come to the hyperalbuminemia, that is above the range of a normal range. So that is more than the 5 gram per dl. So the causes for the hyperalbuminemia will be proteinuria, that is commonly we explained in the last experiments, and next will be microalbuminemia. So the proteinuria is also called as albuminemia, where in microalbuminuria there will be a excretion of proteins more than the 30 mg in the urine. So that condition is called as microalbuminuria. In this, the causes for this microalbuminuria condition will be hypertension, diabetes mellitus. These are the causes, and this is the useful predictor for the future renal diseases. And if we are coming to the proteinuria, there will be excretion of a protein through the urine, so more than the normal range. And albuminuria is seen in the nephrotic syndrome. In the nephrotic syndrome condition, there will be a massive albuminuria. So here we can see the total protein is equal to albumin plus globulin, and if we are calculating for a globulin, the total protein minus albumin gives the value of a globulin. So when it comes to the Ag ratio, the albumin is divided by the globulin. That ratio will be Ag ratio. So the causes for this Ag ratio will be nephrotic syndrome, as we seen in the clinical significance of the albumin also, and the cirrhosis of liver and PEM. And also in the multiple myeloma, there will be a decrease or variation in the Ag ratio. So after the 10 minutes of incubation time, now we are going to take a optical density, that is OD by colorimeter. So we'll see. So this is the distilled water we are pouring now. We need to wipe with the tissue. First we'll set for the standard. So first we set it for the blank as a 0. So now we can take a OD for the test. So this is how we are taking the OD in the colorimeter. So this is the OD we have got for the test, that is 0.95. So next we'll see the calculation part, as we got the OD of a test. So now we'll see the calculation part, as the formula for this experiment will be OD of test minus OD of blank is divided by OD of a standard minus OD of blank. It's multiplied with the concentration of a standard divided by volume of serum, which the volume we are taking as a serum here, and it's multiplied with the 100. So here the concentration of a standard we are taking as 0.006 and volume of a serum will be 0.2 ml. So when it comes to the concentration of a standard, so to prepare the albumin standard, we are taking 0.03 gram per dl for 1 ml. So here we need to calculate how much gram it will be for the 0.1 ml. So if we do the cross calculation, we will be getting 0.06. So this is the concentration of a standard. Sorry, we are taking a 0.2 ml as a volume of serum here. So if we do the calculation, it will be 0.06. So this is the concentration of a standard we included there. So the final calculation will be OD of test divided by OD of a standard into 3. So this 3 comes with the, if we do the calculation of 0.006 divided by 0.2, the volume of a serum is multiplied with the 100. So the final calculation will be OD of a standard divided by, so the final calculation will be OD of a test divided by OD of a standard into 3. So the OD of a standard here is 0.82. So the OD of standard will be 0.82, as the OD of test we got 0.95. So on applying with the formula, we will get 0.95, that is OD of a test divided by 0.95. 82 into 3. Though the final value will be 3.47 gram per dl. So this is the concentration of albumin in the serum as we got 3.47 gram per dl. So the other methods for the estimation of a serum albumin will be tryptophan content, and by the electrophoresis technique also we can estimate the concentration of a serum albumin, and also by radioimmunoassay we can estimate the serum albumin. So this includes with the estimation of a serum albumin by BCG method, which is a prior method we are doing in the laboratory. So it comes with the summary as the aim of the experiment, principle and procedure, what are the reagents required for the experiment, and also how we have done the experiment, it's a procedure, and this is the calculation and also the clinical significance we have come across. So I think it's clear. Thank you.